Ready? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, music, bro. Oh, yo, what's up, guys? Zero. Welcome to another episode of Jerry's Inspires Podcast. Bye, you got surprised, bro. You're surprised.
Bro.
You didn't expect this after, bro.
It's really, bro. I wasn't expecting
But
that.
this brand new, I just bought it last week, man.
That's
and
nice.
it changed the flow of the podcast.
Yeah.
Right away.
Kuya Germs. Master show, man.
Bro, you're not that old, bro. How do you know Kuya Germs, man?
Bro. 90s kid, man. 90s kid.
For our international audience, Kuya Germs is noontime host or evening host in the
Evening
Philippines.
host.
He's famous. He already passed away though, but yeah.
Bro, I was shocked with the intro. I wasn't expecting that, bro.
I don't even know if I'll keep this intro because this is the second episode that I put this intro. Because,
That's nice.
Yeah, it might sound awkward, but I don't know, man.
I want to see my reactions. Like,
But
Oh,
anyway,
it's
at
nice.
least it breaks the ice, bro.
Yeah,
like, right away.
it's really nice,
Like
really
you know the pressure, the stress.
yeah.
Right away gone. So now you're more
yeah, I'm
comfortable?
I'm relaxed. I'm
right?
cool, I'm
Okay.
cool.
Can I turn this off now?
It's nice. Feels like Jimmy Fallon and stuff.
Exactly, bro. Thank you so much.
Yo.
One of the best Filipino photographer here in Dubai. In front of me, Ace Reyes. Ladies and
Hello,
gentlemen.
what's up? It's your boy.
Oh, bro, we got honors, bro. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Madlang people.
Bro, game changer. That's a game changer. That's really
anyway.
cool. DJ MOD.
Bro, we're supposed to be emotional on this
Oh,
episode.
bro.
This episode, I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah. It's cool.
Sorry, Ma'am Carol.
It's
my
gonna
God,
be interesting.
It's going to be a fun episode. Well, it's also going to be an emotional episode because Ace is...
we don't have tissues around, bro.
Actually,
Oh, you're
bro, I
prepared.
hit this supposed to be for as a joke, bro. I was like, when you're about to cry, I was about to give it to you, but you ruined the joke, man.
We'll see who's gonna cry first. We'll see.
Alright, guys, for today's episode, be prepared to be moved, be inspired, and potentially cry because Ace is here to share his battle along with her mom about her sickness. So he will share all the struggles, all the pain, all the story that he went throughout this battle. So, but before that, Ace, can you introduce yourself to the viewers out there? So I'll give you the floor. Go for it, bro.
What's up? It's your boy Ace. There we go. Yeah. So I'm a campaign photographer. I do fashion photography. I've had works where it was based internationally. I've had prints in Saudi, Jeddah, Dammam, Riyadh, Las Vegas, Barcelona, Germany, and here in Dubai, I'm part of one of the leading e-commerce fashion brands in the UAE. Also, I was blessed enough to be part of the top 300 most influential Filipinos in the Gulf. So it's like kind of like the Forbes magazine, I could say, but for Filipinos in the UAE. So that's one cool thing as well. I'm an aspiring boxer. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. Like, most of the stuff I do is mostly for photos.
Yes.
I try to be as creative as possible.
Yes, and commercial, fashion.
Yes, commercial.
And, see, something that, as you know, I'm a photographer too, but I'm more of
Actually,
an outdoor.
I'm
more of landscape, cityscapes, travel. But I admit, there's something that I envy. Your field is something that I envy. Like, I wish I had this kind of experience or a chance back in the day when I was starting. I wish I had more of fashion clients or commercial, because the thing is, I mean, when you go inside a studio, it's completely different world. Like if you're good in outdoors, in landscapes, in cityscapes, bro, wait till you get inside the studio, bro. Because all of a sudden, when you're outside, you're only worrying about your camera, about sunlight, about tripod, But when you go inside the studio,
like a good moment.
all of a sudden, main light, key
Yeah,
light,
yeah.
fill light, reflector, a fog machine, whatever.
Makeup, styling,
assistants,
assistants,
assistants. Yes,
sandbag, yes, a lot.
exactly. So it's a completely different
Yeah.
ball game. Which, yeah, again, I wish I had this kind of experience, but I think it's too late now. I'm already in a different phase of my career. I'm more into like public figure, doing workshops, doing podcasts,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but I admire. I see his post, man. I encourage you guys to go to his profile right now and
Thank
just check
you,
the
thank
pictures.
you.
Like it's amazing, man. What you're doing is amazing, and yeah, keep doing it, man. And again,
Sure.
I wish I had this kind of portfolio, guys. you know.
How was your photography brought up? Like, did you study media
Oh
before?
no. Yes. I studied. I started first as a graphic designer.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but before that, I was a street vendor in Karama. I was selling on the
Really?
street. Yes, I was selling on the street.
Yo.
And then I enrolled myself into graphic design school, and that's how I managed to change my career. Right.
Nice,
So
nice.
I went from washing dishes to graphic designer. And
Nice.
after that, after a few years, I studied photography, filmmaking,
Nice.
marketing, social media, animation, bro, you name it.
Yeah,
And then after 10 years, I managed to put up my own
multimedia.
business. Yeah, multimedia.
That's
and
very
then
nice.
until now, I'm still learning, public speaking,
Yeah.
podcasting. So for me, it's all about learning. So yeah, man, that's great, man. A great work. So
Yeah, thank you.
are you ready to go to the topic? Are you ready to cry?
Are you?
Ready? Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it, bro.
go.
Let's go for it. Yeah.
We'll see.
But anyway, so Ace Reyes will be sharing a very inspiring, emotional story about his recent battle with his mom and the win as well, like a huge win for you.
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
Yeah. So can you share a little backstory of what happened recently with you and your mom?
So, my mom, she's a great mom.
Oh yeah, bro. Wait. I've heard a lot of great stuff with Carol. We've never worked before, but I met her once.
Right.
But we have a lot of common friends, and I've heard a lot of stories about her, and I've heard a lot of great stories. So yeah, she's a great person, bro.
Right.
So yeah, okay.
So, my mom was a director back in the GM in the Philippines.
Okay.
She was part of a big network, one of the leading networks in the Philippines. So she
Which one?
was director, producer,
Oh,
executive producer. She was actually with GMA.
GMA.
Yes,
Oh,
GMA
wow.
7. And she produced different shows with Richard Gutierrez. She actually directed one show. I'm not sure if you know. The host was Christine Jacobs, the runner.
Yeah, Christine Jacobs. Yeah.
The show was Mobile Cocina, like Mobile
Oh,
Kitchen.
Yeah,
So
I
it's like
remember
a
that.
big truck, and then they would travel around the Philippines, and then cooking show. So it was really nice.
That was before TikTok cooking channels, bro. Imagine,
They were still doing the tapes, like
Oh,
VHS,
yeah.
those kind
Wow.
of stuff. And
Back
when
in
I
the
was a kid, I saw stacks of tapes on.
Oh, so you
in our
grew up in the
house.
Philippines?
Yeah,
I thought you grew up
in the
here.
No.
All this time, I thought you grew up here. Oh, okay.
Actually, I get that sometimes. Like, oh, I thought you don't look Filipino because you have the beard
yeah,
on.
sure.
Like, you're quite tall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't play basketball. It's not for me.
Oh, exactly, bro. When you're tall in Filipino, first question,
Yeah,
you play basketball?
definitely. I'm more like, yeah, Manny Pacquiao.
Money, use a little bit money.
Bro, imagine playing basketball, warm up, shadow boxing. It's different. It's different.
Okay. Well, we're
Sorry.
just getting started, bro. Mami Carol, sorry.
So, backstory of my mom. She had a big career, and then she moved here to Dubai because my father was here. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. And then before they separated, I was already here. No, they brought me here. I think 2017, 2018, and she was doing very well. Like when I was with her. Oh no, sorry. She already had a surgery prior to me coming here.
Is it related to the current?
It's sort of connected to what
Okay.
the recent surgery was. So a decade ago, she had a surgery in her spine, and it turned out they did the surgery. it didn't turn out the way she expected it to be, and then she felt like, I feel there's something wrong with my recovery and stuff, because before the surgery she could walk normally, and then after she recovered, but like it took her 10 years to recover. So going back, they filed a medical malpractice suit on a specific hospital. I'm not gonna mention.
Yeah, sure.
Fast forward, she won the case, uh, lived her life. So for 10 years, we found out that she was misdiagnosed from the first hospital.
Wait,
So
you just found out just recently, just right before the
right before the recent surgery
Oh,
2 years ago.
that's
So
sad, man.
when we were going to clinic and all that stuff, I was very attentive to what the doctor is saying. I was like, okay, so this and that, this and that. Okay, we did all the scans, all the tests, and we found out that she has 90% spinal cord compression. So her disease is called OPLL, which is ossification of the posterior longitudinal ligament. So basically, let's say if this is your spine, and sorry, this is the spine and this is the spinal cord. So the spinal cord is like a tube where all the signals from our brain to the whole body distributes. Now, if this is your spine, there's an extra bone that pushes down on the spinal cord, and it's at 90%. So it's like
Oh my god.
her spinal cord is something like this. So like if I pour water here, it's not gonna flow right. So that's the reason. That's her disease, basically. And it wasn't genetics. It wasn't on her lifestyle. She was just one of the lucky ones to have this kind of disease. And this disease apparently is familiar in Japanese heritage, because the doctor asked us, do you have Japanese descent? I was like, no, we're pure Filipino. It was like, oh, okay. Because I thought the doctor said the way your neck looks, I just assumed, I didn't know you were like pure Filipino. So they did we did all the scans, routine checkups, and all this stuff. I was very attentive to what the doctors were saying, because like I felt like I had to be more present, because like this time I'm here to take care of her, and like the first time she did the surgery, she recovered alone. So I instinctively I thought, if she's gonna do another surgery with me here by her side, I think things are gonna be fine, you know. And little did I know, it didn't turn out the way it was supposed to be. So anyway, we'll come back to that later.
Sure.
After all the clinics and all the checkups and everything, we finally decided, like, she finally decided that we'll get the surgery. And I was like, are you sure you want to go through with the surgery, with the procedure? And I was like very forward with her. Don't you worry, whatever happens, I'm going to be here to take care of you.
Yeah.
And the only thing that she said was like, son, I don't like what if? What if I didn't do the surgery? What if she couldn't walk anymore? Because before the surgery, she was experiencing numbness on the arms, on the legs, having trouble breathing. The reason also the reason why she was pushed for the surgery, one, our doctor told us that if we don't do something about this now, you would only have 2 years, because it's already too late. It's 90% spinal cord compression, and if we just continue like this, 2 years, then you won't be able to breathe anymore. And by that time happens, it's already too late. There's nothing else that we can do. So that's another point. So sorry, that was the first point. Second point, she didn't have enough medical coverage. Fortunately, her previous employer has given her, how do you say this? Her her previous employer actually paid for the first surgery because she didn't have the medical coverage because she has pre-existing conditions
Insurance
with the insurance.
didn't
Yes,
cover it.
yes. And if basically how the insurance works, if in Dubai, from what I know, if you're normal, you have no other conditions like cancer, diabetes, gout. Gout.
Shout out to all the all the men with gout out there. You know?
So you'll have the you'll have the basic package.
Is that why you were limping?
I'm good today.
I'm good. Sorry, Mommy Carol.
Bro, I saw your face. You were like very sorry. It was like
Bro, you mentioned gout. I was like, ooh. Ding, ding. This sounds familiar.
so
Oh
if
my God,
if you don't have those kinds of conditions, you'll have like
Well, let me just check on my soundtrack. Oh yeah, when you said gout, I was like, all right, go ahead.
so yeah, if you don't have those kinds of conditions, you'd be eligible for like the normal rate of the package. So since she has this OPLL, she has this kind of disease, the rate for her was actually higher. So like the most basic,
I didn't know that. Yeah.
the most basic package that she is eligible for is around 300,000. So the surgery was for 70,000, and her employer agreed to pay for the surgery. So those were the two conditions that actually pushed her. So when she said, "Okay, you don't like what ifs," and I was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna be selfish enough to not give this to my mom, because like this could be her only chance, you know." And like if one day she wakes up and she's not breathing, I couldn't take that.
True.
So any chance that she could get, I'm willing to give it to her, regardless of what conditions, what's gonna happen. As long as I could give it, I mean, why wouldn't I? And something that that's always on my mind. If I'm not gonna do it, then who's gonna do it for her?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, again, I mentioned my parents had separated, so she only has me, and like, I don't want to deprive her of, living her best life. So, okay, I agreed to the surgery. So, I'm gonna slice it down. Surgery went really nice. 24 hours. She was normal. Sorry, 24 hours post-op, she was normal. She was able to move her right thumb. I held her hand, and her thumb moved like this. I was already crying that time. So we were expecting that, everything went well, all that stuff. Later on, like, let's say 30 hours post-op, she was complaining that, "Son, please stay by my side. I'm having trouble breathing. If ever I need the nurse, I need you by my side to call the nurses." Okay. So 36 hours in, it was already a medical emergency. So what happened was the surgery was successful. However, there was a complication. The complication was her spinal cord swelled up. So her spinal cord actually pushed itself near the bones, near the bone area where there was the compression. The compression wasn't completely removed because it was too high of a risk. One slight mistake on the spinal cord, bro, that's very crucial. And especially, they did the surgery on the neck area. It's not like from your back down. It's from the neck area. So it was really high risk. It was life or death. had to sign the high risk papers, high
No
risk
way.
surgery documents, and all that
They
stuff.
asked you to sign this
Yeah,
paper.
yeah, yeah. Even before the surgery, they told us that these are the possible complications that could happen, like in any other procedure. I mean, that's protocol, right? High blood pressure and da 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 da. What else? So the worst has happened. Now, when her spinal cord swelled up, it was in the area where the nerves are. Sorry, it was in the area where it's controlling the way she breathes. So it's hard. It's hard. It was hard for me to see because like the rhythm of her breathing was changing.
Mhm. Mhm.
She wasn't getting enough air,
Mhm.
and I was the next stuff from that 36 hours post operation. Nothing in life could have prepared me for what's next. As in, like, nothing really. I can't think of anything that to mentally, physically prepare myself for what's about to happen next. So, you have your tissues.
Stand by, bro. Wait, I only need 1 second, bro. Spare 1 second to get this tissue. So, go for it.
So, uh, when it was declared as a medical emergency, all of the nurses at the ICU were bedside already. So they had like they were preparing the intubation set. They had to intubate her by that time because if they don't, she won't be able to have enough oxygen. Her brain would be deprived of oxygen, and then should be brain dead. Should be like a vegetable. So they had to do that. I was stunned, bro. I didn't know how am I gonna react to things because, like, if you could imagine it, like a sliding door, like how it is in movies. Grey's Anatomy.
No. Sorry.
So it's basically it's like in any movie that there's like a person who been on an accident and then they had to go to intensive care, and then when something happens they close the curtain. Bro, that happened in real life.
My
And like I was looking at my mom, and like the way I'm remembering it now, it kind of feels like I was in the movie. It's like, oh, okay, so this shit happens in real life, bro. It's not a joke. And it's like, till now I'm speechless because I don't know how to actually react to that kinds of scenarios. Like, it wasn't taught in school that
Yeah.
you have to be prepared for something like this. It's like,
you never
no,
experienced
bro.
it before.
I've
Right?
never experienced it before, and I never want for someone else to
Yes.
experience it. Like, it's too much. Like, it's too much.
I know what you're saying because I experienced that with my grandmother when she passed away. Exactly the same thing. I saw when she's about to die.
Right.
Curtain, same exact thing. It was heartbreaking, bro. It was one of the most heartbreaking event of my life until now.
Yeah.
Every time I think of that moment, man, I always cry. So yeah,
Yeah,
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then, the next when the curtains closed, and I went back to the room, I'm getting chills right now. The same feeling I had when that was happening. So I was all alone in the room, and I was like, fuck. I just started crying, bro. Because like, I don't want to see my mom like that. Because like she's not like that. I mean, my mom is very happy, and like, why do I have to see her in that situation? That was very heartbreaking. And like, I called our close family friends. Like, I was like, Titsy, mommy got intubated and all that stuff. I'm all alone in the hospital. I called my girlfriend, and they were like, do you want us to come there? I was like, no, I'm still good. Mentally, I was still sane. No, I'm good. I was just shocked with what I saw. I wasn't prepared for that because like it was supposed to be for 4 days in the ICU, and then after 36 hours, complications happened, and then 4 days. It went to the 4th day. It went on and on, because like she had to recover. So the next time I saw her, the next morning, it's very hard to describe, man. Uh, she was intubated already, and she was very high on the anesthesia and all that stuff. So for the painkiller, and bro, I saw my mom's body lifeless, like I I understand it now. You know, like when you see on the news, like how some families are so devastated with what's happening. I get it now.
Yeah.
Before, like when I was a kid, it's like on the news, like I wonder what it feels like to be in that situation. And like, okay, now I know that it, it's. I really cannot put it in words, like how exactly you would feel, but like, bro, seeing your mom like that, I don't know what's gonna be worse than that. You know, like we've all been through a lot, bro. And but like, if you see your mom like that, bro, no matter who you think you are, what you think you're capable of, once you see your mom like that, your
Bro.
knees goes jelly, and like your back, your shoulders turn cold. It's unimaginable. So I released like a bunch of videos. I posted online. I posted on my Facebook like my mom is having the surgery, da 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 da. And then next thing I posted, I was keeping the people updated because like I don't want to keep on messaging people who care about us the same. I mean, multiple times. Like I have to send it to person. It's stressful. So I do the updates on Facebook and like on Instagram. So forever who cares for her knows what's happening, and also for her boss. And after that, after some time, she was able to open her eyes. She was, and she wasn't exactly there yet because the anesthesia is still on circulating around her body. And when she opened her eyes, I asked her, "Mommy, can you hear me? Blink if you say blink once if yes, blink twice if no." So she blinked once. If she couldn't hear me, she wouldn't
Yeah,
blink
sure.
twice. Yeah.
True.
She
Wow.
blinked once. It was like, "Are you feeling pain?" I was like, "Oh, are you feeling pain right now?" And then like, she was like that. You know me. It was like that. So it wasn't a medically induced coma. Okay, so she wasn't in a coma after all. She needed help breathing. So she wasn't unconscious or anything. She just needed to be on anesthesia because they're gonna put the tube down her throat to help her breathe. And bro, I saw my mom with a tube inside her mouth and inside her nose. So she wasn't able to feed solid, and then they had the liquid like protein and sure the kind of milk, and it went on and on and on and on. So next scenario, the doctors told us the first surgery didn't help at all. So
No way.
yeah, because
So all through that,
yeah, yeah,
didn't
yeah,
help at all.
because it
God.
was 90% spinal cord compression. So at that point, it was already too much for any human body
True.
to even be at. Now the doctors were saying that your mom is really different because I've shown the scans to Japanese doctors, and the first thing they asked was this a scan of a cadaver or of a human person? Because like scientifically, she shouldn't be alive. She shouldn't be breathing because of the fact that there was complications on the area where her breathing is controlled.
Okay.
And our doctor was like, "No, she's alive. She's actually my patient." And She's actually one for the book. She is the 12th or 13th person in the world that has 90% spinal cord compression. I'm not sure if the other 12 survive,
Survive,
but my mom, she survived, so
Yeah.
she's good. And the doctor said, we're gonna need a revision surgery.
Mm.
So okay, and I really from that point on, I really didn't know how I'm gonna respond to that because I was prepared for one surgery. I wasn't expecting two,
Yeah.
but they told us that if anything goes wrong, we're gonna go in again and try to fix the mistake. Because we don't exactly know how your body would respond to any kind of surgery, especially that was your spinal cord, bro.
Yeah,
It's not
bro.
like a broken arm, it's not like a broken finger. These are nerves, like control your whole being, your whole body.
It's like everything's connected to spinal cord, bro.
Yes. So yeah, and then so I went and told her employers like, boss, we need another surgery for her to be okay because she got intubated and all that stuff. Same story. And again, we were fortunate enough. Okay, do the surgery. Here's the money. But I'm not gonna say how much anymore. So yeah, they paid for the second surgery again. And
Wait, that's the company that.
yeah, her
Okay,
employer.
okay.
So after that, again they did the surgery.
Mhm.
And then still she was better. She was better.
Mhm.
I saw light in her face after the surgery. But the first surgery was for like 7 hours. The second one though, it was for 11 hours. So I was just in the room. It's like, what's happening now? Good thing my grandfather was here.
Mhm.
So the second surgery happened after 2 months, not in the same week.
Okay.
Because we had to wait to see how her body would respond. Unfortunately, it didn't respond to the first one as good as we were expecting. We were very positive about this surgery because, like I said, this might be her only chance. It's a choice of life or death, basically. That's how I'll put it. Now, during these periods of time, after the second surgery, I heard my mom talk. So they had to transfer the tube out to the trach.
Yeah.
And when we were talking, she couldn't really exert effort to breathe out how we're talking. And she was just like,
Miming.
yeah, the way sometimes I couldn't understand her.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is, okay, mom, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna recite the alphabet, and bro, it was like
Wow.
that. I'm gonna recite the alphabet, and whenever I say the right letter, you stop me, and then she would click her tongue like that.
Wow.
So, A B C D E F. She would do like that. So
Every single letter, bro.
yeah, every single letter. So it's like Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
So I tried to figure out the phrase.
Yeah.
And then once I figure out what she's saying, I then reply. Now she's gonna reply back, so I have to do it again. That kind of stuff. The next thing that happened was she was able to talk already. Luckily, my grandfather was there. So my grandfather sent a video. Like my mom was like, son, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I could talk. I wish you were here by my side. Bro, the universe has its own ways. The day that happened, there was an emergency at our studio. There was a fire in the morning. I was able to go to the hospital
To see her.
to see her.
Wow.
Good thing it was like 20 minutes away. Science Park.
Yeah.
After that, I went rushing to the ICU. I was prepared to with my video on and I wanted to record that moment. Bro, I was speechless. I didn't know what's the first thing I was gonna tell her.
Mhm.
And I was just like caressing her head. Like, mommy,
Mhm.
I love you so much. It was like that. And my mom was like, son, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for not leaving me. And she was saying that, son, I'm sorry. I'm sorry this happened. Bro, I think I need the tissues.
It's okay, bro. It's okay. I mean, see, let me. I can just wipe your tears. This is something that, as you said, this is something that you wouldn't want to see in
Bro.
any of your parents, bro. Especially your mom, bro. Like, especially for me, I'm a mama's boy.
I wouldn't wish it on anyone, bro.
True, bro. And I've seen the post from day one. We've been following each other for so long.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
we
yeah.
never met, have we?
We have
Never,
in the
Once?
Filipino Creatives
Okay,
Club.
got it. Yeah. So we met once, but we never had this
Yeah.
conversation, bro.
Yeah.
So, but I saw the postman from day one. I saw the struggles. I was like, man, like why now? Especially that's during the heat of the pandemic, like right after recovering from the pandemic, right?
Yeah,
Like 2 weeks
yeah,
ago.
exactly.
Yeah, I was
exactly.
like, why now? You know? And then I was like, I was devastated as well. Yeah, because even though we don't know each other, but still, bro. I mean, as a mama's boy, that's something that I wouldn't want to see pouring
Yeah,
water.
definitely.
Yeah.
definitely.
So yeah, but yeah, I saw the battles, man. That's why you're here, bro. I was one of the most inspiring stories that I've heard in the past, 2 to 5 years is your story. And thank you for being here and
course, of
sharing your
course.
stuff, man.
Actually, like I said to you before, this is the first time where I'd be able to talk about how we felt during, because like I wouldn't want to post like every detail, like 12:45, my mom had lunch. Hi guys,
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know,
It takes a lot of guts for you to post the journey, right? It's not easy, bro. It's not easy. Like not all people can do that, right?
Yeah, actually,
True.
some people actually keep their battles to themselves.
Yeah, right.
And like the reason why I posted it is because I didn't want to be alone.
Yes, got it.
Physically, I was alone,
Mhm.
and all I asked for online was just pray for us.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I needed.
Mhm.
And like at least if you had like a core memory with us, at least have
True.
like a or any connection,
Mhm.
just at least acknowledge, that kind of stuff. I
True.
wasn't begging for attention,
Mhm.
but like I didn't want to feel alone at that specific moment because like I don't know what to do, bro.
Mhm.
And like a lot of things were popping inside my head. The story is not done yet.
Yeah, true. Yeah, of course. We're just 1/8 for the full story, bro. But yeah, it takes a lot of courage, guts, and it's something that I will definitely do. Like, if
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
something happened to me, especially with my social media presence, I will definitely
yeah,
do that because
yeah.
not just because I'm, like you said, that trying to get attention, but the thing is, I need a company. Like, I need support. This is a place that something that somewhere that I get support from,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
social media. So yeah,
It's like a simple, hey, things will get better, things will be
yeah, right.
better.
Yeah,
That's all you need, bro.
true.
It's
Yeah,
like,
same thing during when I went through the pandemic. Same thing, bro. Like I was alone. I was living at Ajman in my house for years alone, bro. And I was going through the pandemic, and all I had was social media. I don't
Right,
have
right.
anyone with me.
I think
So yeah,
you sent your family back.
yes. So I had no choice. So yeah, I mean, social media these days is powerful. It's not just about for getting clout or
Yeah, yeah,
getting
yeah.
business. It's about your mental.
I think for our generation, millennials,
Sure, millennials, Gen Z, millennials.
ikaw nagsabi dyan. So, I think for us, we look at social media, we engage more with authenticity.
True.
That's why I agreed to be here. Because like I felt like, okay, this would be a safe space for me to share this kind of story.
True.
Actually, we were supposed to. No, a few shows were coming to us because like a lot of people saw our stories and all this stuff, saw our situation, and like we want to feature you on our show.
Yeah.
We did not release the story because the value that they were offering wouldn't add up to what we experienced. And like I was thinking of the monetary value because it's not gonna be for me, it's gonna be for my mom's recovery. So we said no. Like you're gonna spend more on the celebrities rather than what you're gonna give us. So thank you for hearing us, but we might save this for the next person. So I really like this story. So yeah. And I feel like this is a safe space. I feel like your audience are smart and they're the right kind of audience. I'm not looking for I don't want to share this to rich people and
commercial
yeah,
environment.
and like have them think like this guy he needs money.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Yeah.
because like I really don't like to be
Yeah.
me and my. No one likes to beg, bro. Because like every person has an at least amount of pride. You know,
True.
I'm not saying that it's
Uh,
at this level, but like, I mean, I could provide for my mom.
yeah.
Could provide for myself. I think that's enough. And like, if ever there's anything that I couldn't provide, then maybe that's the time that I would. That's why I decided to do a fundraising, right? So I was thinking, because after the second surgery, they were like, Mr. Ace, with regards to the funding, I was like, yo, wait, hold up. I'll talk to our employer. I don't want to deal with this. Because, like, bro, imagine it's only me and my mom. And then I understand this person is doing their job. They're an employee. It's a business as well. Hospital is a business as well. And they have a job to do. I fully understand that. I was very straightforward, this guy. But, like, that's the reality that we have to face. Like, the admission guy will come for you. And, like, because, like, they need the money as well to run the business.
And
And like,
they've done that for 1,000 times, right?
how many times? Every time I would go to the hospital.
Sure.
I actually don't like to greet them because, like, I know what's next.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to do the fundraising. I talked to my mom like, mommy, I want to do like a fundraising where I would get portraits of people in my environment.
Yes, I remember that.
You know, and I was very fortunate that Haiku D, shout out.
Shout out.
Yes. She actually offered her studio for free
Oh.
for one day.
Wow.
And she was like, Ace, if there's anything you need, just let me know. I was just like, Haiku, this alone is already too much. If you could share it to your friends, come to the studio, take a portrait. I didn't ask for any monetary contributions. Pay whatever you think your photo it would amount to. So some people gave a lot, some people gave what they could, and we were very happy with that.
Yeah.
It was a very fun day because like I get to exercise like my portraiture, how I connect with people, tell them the situation of my mom. It was a really fun day, and it came to a point where the bills are really piling up day by day. 5,000. It's more than it was. It was a lot. It was a lot. Yeah. It started piling up, and then we tried. We actually tried to have a GoFundMe, but GoFundMe is actually not allowed.
Yeah.
Like any charity work is not. A charity work could only be approved with a permit.
Yes.
So
I remember that. Yeah.
if it doesn't have a permit, then it's illegal. It would be soliciting. It's not charity work. So luckily, we got a lot of donations from different parts of the world. So a friend of mine, actually, I asked help to arrange the GoFundMe, and then they would just transfer it to us. Still, it wasn't enough, bro. And again, day by day, it started piling up, and I wasn't really looking at how we're gonna get the funds. I was more focused on, is my mom getting better? Is she recovering properly? Is she is she gonna have a good quality of life once she recovers? Are we gonna have more returns for her? Because she could only do this right now, and then this wave, right side, she could only move a little bit, because like her spinal cord was that damaged, And like I also talked to her, like I was like, Mom, I was thinking, and I was talking to the doctors as well. Could it be that her spinal cord was so used to the compression that uh, it was adjusted, and then it suddenly realized, oh, this is an unfamiliar environment, so maybe I'll go wild, you know? Could that be a possibility? Because she was so used to that thing where it was there, it was
Yeah.
untouched, it was natural, and the doctors just said, could be, that's possible, but they still stuck to their previous notes that if we didn't do this, I mean, there's nothing else that we could do. They were actually proposing another surgery. So the first two surgeries was done from the back. Third surgery was gonna be in front, and I was like, my mom was immediately, no, 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 it's too much, doc. I don't like to see her that way, cause like, bro, again, I was only ready for the first surgery. I
Are you
have
doing three, bro?
I went I went for the second one.
Yeah.
I survived. Bro, I don't think I could manage another one.
God.
It's too much. So, uh we didn't proceed with the third one, because like my mom said, it was like, it's too much, it's too much. We'll take what we can from here. And then they were like, uh we need she's gonna need rehabilitation, like physical therapy, uh respiratory therapy. She's having those. She's having those, right? So now, during these periods of time, uh, all of my time was consumed solely, especially my weekends. My weekends would be Friday to Sunday. I would be at the hospital to take care of my mom, at least with whatever I could. So I was very fortunate enough for my partner to be helpful as well. Because if I'm there at the hospital, who's gonna do the other stuff, the essential things that I need to do as a person as well? So I'm very lucky to have her. Uh, yeah.
I wish I have like a love song here in this mixer, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, but real talk though.
Yeah.
It was really nice. And then during those, we had like lots of moments, and I didn't like how the next things happened. So, first thing was, when my mom is recovering, and I was expecting this as well, she was laid off from her job. But good thing, during the surgery, they still gave her 3 months more of salary. So for 3 months, she was able to sustain herself, and I was too. So this is one of my favorite moments, because she didn't know how she was gonna react, and the way she said it was, and I could truly understand. I wouldn't want to feel it also as well. Uh, I've been laid off several times, and I'm so pissed because I was laid off while I'm bedbound. And bro, she just cried nonstop. and I didn't know what to do, what to say. So I gave her time. All right, cry for 30 minutes, tissues. 10 minutes, tissue. Okay, just cry, let it all out. And something clicked in me, you know. And then I told her, "Are you done? Are you done? Have some water." I told her, "This is gonna happen. There's nothing else that we can do now. I'm here to help you with whatever, with anything. You don't have to worry about anything. Hospital bills. I want you to focus more on how you would recover. Because if we don't focus on that, how are we gonna help each other? You know, once I open this curtain, you're gonna forget everything that happened. Forget that the surgery failed. Forget that you lost your job. Focus more on how you could regain your movement. And once I open this curtain, you're gonna say that we can do this." And then once I opened it up, she was taking her time. I'm like, "Son, thank you." She was, bro.
Woo! Herman Moreno is back! My God, bro. Commercial break, man. This is the first time in my podcast that I cried like a baby, bro. Bro, you made me cry, man. First time ever, bro. I mean, I knew it. You know, the moment I invited you here, I knew I'm going to cry because I have a soft spot with any kind of mom, dad, child relationship, like movies, for example. Every time I watch a movie and there's like a very inspirational, moment with their kids, I always cry, man. Especially, recently I watched the Interstellar. That scene, that moment with his daughter, bro. Man, I cried so much. So I have a soft spot in my heart with in terms of my parents, especially also my kids. I'm a father, so yeah,
Definitely.
man. That's like. Also, I wish this is something that I wish that that's something that my kids would do if this happened to me someday. I mean,
Definitely.
I hope not, but
Yeah.
but man, that's. I mean, I salute you for
Thank you,
for
bro.
doing that, bro. I mean,
I actually, this is the first time I told that story.
yeah,
I can't
really.
remember telling that to anyone.
Oh,
So yeah, I mean, like, it just clicked on me because, like, basically I was getting tired because I was wiping her face, and it's like, "Mom, you gotta stop crying because I'm getting tired now." That's why I said, "Are you done?" Because we wasted we were done with the box of tissues, and like, I'm gonna clean all of this up. So stop now. Okay, you had your piece. So after that, she was better, and like, I felt like if I didn't do that after that devastating news, she wouldn't have made it if I didn't do that particular thing. Because her career, I always tell this to her, "You know what, Mom? I feel like your career is more important than me." And then she would just laugh. And then she'll be like, "No, you're more important. No." I was like, mm-hmm. Okay. But it proves otherwise. So after that, she was recovering. Slowly, we were getting returns on her left hand, and we were getting visitors. Some of our friends were visiting her, so that was a good boost of morale for her. And uh, there were a bunch of challenges that had happened. So after it comes in waves, bro. And like, I really don't want anyone to experience this, especially to those who are experiencing something similar right now. I always try my best to comfort, to engage in a good way, like how you doing. I always ask, how are you doing? Because no one really asks about the person who's taking care of the patient. So
True.
I know that feeling.
Mhm.
They always ask when people come to me like, "Hey, how's your mom?" And I was like, "Can't you ask how I am first?" Yeah, but I do that as a joke.
Mhm.
But sometimes I kind of feel that way. It's not a big deal for me. But yeah, at least have some decency to ask how I am doing first. I have feelings too, you know.
Mhm. Sure.
So there was a time where a normal day had happened. My normal visit. I was about to sit. I was just about done attending to her, and as I sat down, I was doing like this, and then I heard the monitor, the alarm went off. Pa 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 pam pa 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 pam pa 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 pam.
Mhm.
And then when I look at the monitor, bro, her heart rate was 0, and I saw her eyes. She went. I immediately after the monitor, I looked at her, and she did this.
Oh.
And her eyes, bro. Again, I saw that. I saw her face again, where I felt like her soul left her body. This time, her eyes. This is her pupils. Her eyes went like this. Shoop.
Opposite direction.
Yeah, bro. It's not just cross. It was diagonal, bro.
Oh my god.
And eh, after a few moments, that happened for 15 seconds, bro. That was the longest 15 seconds of my life. And during those 15 seconds, my mom's eyes were just open. And I was so panicked. What happened was, when I saw her face did that, and I saw the monitor 0, I was like, Mommy, Mommy! I was like that. Bro, everyone was so responsive. All of the nurses on the floor were on bedside, surrounding her, ready for CPR. And then, again, I was stunned because like I wasn't expecting to see that once more. And I really don't want to see that again. After 15 seconds, it was recorded on the monitor. Um, she opened her eyes, and now her point of view was all of the nurses, and I was at the end of the bed. And I was like, "Mommy, what happened?" She said, "I don't know. Why is everyone here?" And we told her, "Your heart stopped for 15 seconds." And then immediately we got the cardiologist to to do a checkup. And then as soon as she woke up and they needed to attend to her, I I I broke down, bro. Not gonna lie,
Mhm.
broke down. Uh, that was the worst part I think I could have experienced in my life. That was the most number one heartbreaking, painful moment of. Nothing else could top that moment for me, and I have the courage to speak about this now because I've recovered from what had happened. But bro, seeing that, it breaks your morale. It breaks who you are
Mhm.
as a person. It kind of diminishes you in a way that it you couldn't go back to who you are anymore. Bro, I went back to the room, and I just started crying, bro, cuz like you only see that stuff in movies, bro.
Mhm.
Those kinds of scenarios, and again, I wasn't.
See, I mean, now it's going back again, bro. I think I need to say this. I remember I told you about my grandmother. So that happened to me. Same exact thing. So she died. She
You
died right in
know.
front of me, bro. So what happened was I mean, she suffered with lung condition, I think, lung. So she'd been in the hospital for like 3 weeks, I think, 3 weeks, and then she asked one of her wishes. She asked all her grandchildren to be with her like every other night, like Every other night there should be at least one grandson with her.
Right.
Okay, so I was the only one who didn't manage to be with her for that 3 weeks because I was busy. I was doing thesis. I think I was in a band. So I was busy. So and I remember she called me and she asked me, "Hey, when are you going here? When are you going to be with me? To be on my side, And then at that night, I went there, and the night I was there, that was the night that she passed away, bro. Could you imagine? And I was there, bro. And I was there. I was sleeping on the bed, and I heard the same fucking sound, bro. Same sound, beep. Her heart stopped, and the worst part is she was consistently looking at me from the bed that I was there. And the moment I stood up, bro, she was consistently looking at me, bro, until she passed away. She's consistently looking at me, and that was heartbreaking, man. Just imagine. Until now, every time I remember that moment, it always breaks my heart, bro.
Yeah.
Because like for me, like I feel like she waited for my moment, for my schedule, for my time, just to go out of this world. Imagine that, bro.
Yeah.
So
You grew up with your grandma, right?
not really. Not really, but I believe even my parents told me that I'm her favorite grandchild.
Grandson, yeah.
So yeah, man. Just imagine, the first night I was there. That's when maybe she decided to leave, man. So that was tough.
Yeah.
That was tough,
mean,
bro.
Was this very recent?
Yeah.
Oh, very recent. I'm so sorry.
No, long time ago. 20 years ago, but still, bro, still fresh. Until now, I can still
Yeah.
same scenario. I can draw it right now.
Yeah.
The
Bro,
same, man.
That's the. I think that's the. That's a big battle scar that we would
Exactly.
have for the rest of our lives.
And it's something I think I needed to see a therapist for this. And I told this to my friends. The same thing. You need to see a therapist because again, every time you remember this, you tell the story, you break down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy, man.
I think I would advise you to do so because, like, I think personally there are some things that we just couldn't let go.
Sure.
One example is like very bad core memory. So there might be ways to at least alleviate the pain, how you would respond to that. So try seeking professional help.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt. I was actually considering seeing a therapist as well.
Yeah, we
'Cause,
should, bro.
Yeah, because the time where these things were happening, I had these conversations with my mom. Mommy, I think I need to seek professional help. Because after I saw you like that, man, I couldn't handle it anymore. It changed me, bro. It changed me like speechless. Like I don't know how to. It's hard to describe.
Sure.
Like even for you, bro.
Yeah.
I know how you feel, but you couldn't really put it in words. So, I mean, let's keep it at that. You know, yeah. So yeah, those were some of the stuff that were happening, but there's still more.
There's still more.
There's still more. So the hospital actually shut down. So
My
the,
God.
the whole hospital closed here in Dubai. Luckily, everything was arranged for her to be transferred to another facility, another hospital, which is an amazing hospital. They have been very generous, very attentive, very health first, I would say. And they're very professional in ways I haven't seen in the previous hospital. So, shout out, shout out American Hospital. You guys are the best. Physiotherapy, nurses, doctors, bro. Should get coverage from American Hospital. Luckily, I'm covered. So, I mean, like, I wouldn't want to go back there because, like, trauma.
Of course.
But yeah, so what happened was my mom was the last person in the previous hospital here in Science Park. And she got transferred to American Hospital. And I was very hesitant because wait, you're gonna transfer us, and you know that we don't have coverage. How's that gonna work out? So, are we gonna start with another bill?
Mhm.
How are we doing this? Because like, we couldn't even pay you for our stay here.
Mhm.
What's the guarantee that she's gonna get treated there? Long conversation. Ending. We got transferred to American Hospital. The very first day. Oh, mind you, when she was on the tracheostomy, she was not able to tolerate the oxygen. Her rehabilitation for like 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, not a whole day. It felt awkward for her, and the doctors were saying she should be doing fine because like she should be able to tolerate this. Now, when she transferred to American Hospital, she was off the vent after 1 week. Bro, that's how good
Wow.
American Hospital is. Uh, my mom had a bed sore at the previous hospital. She didn't have any sort of back pain in American Hospital. The bro, the level of care, it's different there. The staff, the nurses, always greets her like, "Hi, ma'am. How are you today?" Sorry, that was my Filipino accent. But they were like, "Maria, how are you? How are you doing today? Is anything painful? How do you feel?" Stuff like that, bro.
Mhm.
It's next level care.
By the way, don't forget me to send the logo. American Hospital logo. I'm going to put it here somewhere.
Actually, I was contemplating, should I mention? It was like,
I mean, if they did
Yeah.
really
Um,
standard service, why
yeah,
not?
yeah, yeah. But they have ads on cinema, so why
Yeah.
not here?
Yeah, I mean, see, this is what great service
Yeah,
is
yeah,
about,
bro.
right? It's
Number one.
number one, bro. If you have a great service to your customers, your customers are the ones who are going to advertise you. You don't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
have to do any
yeah.
advertisement. Your customers will do it for you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, same thing,
Definitely.
So do the best for your customers. Just do something, stand out. So yeah.
So yeah, her journey at American Hospital, she recovered quick.
Wow.
Like she was on. I was visiting her. She was on oxygen already. She was only in the ICU for like a week or two, and then she was moved to the ward. So I want to mention this that during one of the phases in life where you are faced with your hardest challenges, your hardest adversities, and you wouldn't know what to do, there's always something that comes up and the solution always presents itself. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know who does it, but somehow, bro, I've never gone zero. And I'm very thankful for that. So yeah, that's it. Just like any another motto in life that I've actually learned through experiences that whatever problems may arise, there's always gonna be a solution for it. Question is, are you willing enough? Are you willing enough to look for that solution, or at least
Yeah,
try
true.
and find any possible solutions? That kind of
Got
stuff,
it.
you
Got it.
know. Like whenever like I need money for something, a project would come up. Whenever my mom needs something, it would always present itself like someone from the hospital already arranged it. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So American Hospital was really a blessing to us. It speed up her recovery.
See, it's also one thing that I've learned throughout my career or my life that relates to this is whenever you're going through something, you have a problem, you're depressed, change your environment. Walk. Go out, bro. Go to the
Workout.
beach, sunset,
Yeah, true, true,
change your
true.
environment. If you don't like your job, your company, change your environment, change company.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It helps.
Definitely,
Same thing that you went through, that your mom
Yeah,
went through. Just changing the environment help a lot.
yeah,
Right?
definitely.
So,
Yes, yes.
I don't know why.
Exactly.
I don't know the science behind it, but it happens to me so many times. I
Mm.
changed companies for like 5 times, and every freaking time
You start fresh.
start fresh.
Yeah.
Just being with all just leaving all the BS behind.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
helps a lot.
definitely.
So yeah.
New environment, new company. No one knows who I really am.
Oh yeah. True. True,
Yeah,
man.
that kind of
Wow,
stuff.
that's wow. It's very interesting, man.
Oh, actually, I forgot. Before we moved to American Hospital, I actually lost my job.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
and I was laid off with a few other people. And with regards to what we're talking about now, with like opportunities presenting itself, I came to the hospital, and I was very down. I was walking very slow, and I looked at my mom. I was just holding her hand. Another heartbreaking thing that had happened. I was looking at her, and she was just like, "You look sad. What's wrong?" I could tell from your face, and I was just like, just smiling. Oh, everything's all right. And then I couldn't hold it anymore, and I was like, "Mom, I just lost my job." And she was like, "Huh? How about us?" And I was like, "Mommy, I don't know. Oh, I don't know what to do." Same thing. I cried,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, eventually things turned out to be better. Cause like the day I was laid off from my job, we were compensated. No,
Yeah.
that we were compensated for it, but I immediately thought that once the compensation was, it's gonna run out eventually. How am I gonna provide
Yeah.
for her needs?
Mhm.
But like I said, God has it. God has its ways. His ways, its ways. Universe has its way. There's always a solution to any problems in life, bro. It's just that,
True.
are you willing enough to, work for that solution? That's what I believe right now.
Mhm.
So going back to American Hospital, I'm gonna finish all of the all of the rough things that happened. Right. So she was doing very well in the American Hospital. I was sleeping on the sofa now, because before in the previous hospital, it was just on a lazy boy, and from then on, I had like a better sleeping environment. It was cool. It was like a nice sofa. It was like a hotel actually. Like the wards
Mhm.
doesn't look like a ward. Like in our country, it's like just curtains.
Curtains.
There, it's rooms, bro.
Yeah.
Lots of rooms.
Like
Uh,
hotel, you know.
yeah, exactly, like a hotel.
Uh,
And the last worst, second to the last worst thing that happened. This is very different now. Uh, for some reason, she had she had an infection in her lungs. So what happened this time was her carbon dioxide levels were more than her oxygen levels. So the carbon dioxide was circulating in her blood, and which caused her to again have problems breathing. Because when a patient is has a foreign object on their body, of course they're more prone to infection. We were not sure how she got infected. Might be from me, I don't know. Other nurses, we really don't know. It just happens. So that's why we are very careful when people are visiting her, because like she's infection prone. And after that, she was very disoriented. Like she it feels like she's high on anesthesia again, because like that moment was she was having a lot of hallucinations due to the anesthesia, and she was telling me stories like uh our friend is at the door. Like I was like, she's not there. I mean, she's not here. And then she was like, no, I could hear her voice. She's talking to the nurse. That kind of stuff, bro. That level. That level of there was
Whose friend?
Grace.
Oh, okay.
Grace, sorry, I know.
Okay.
So I was like, Mommy, Grace is not here. Don't worry. And I was getting irritated because like I don't know how to cope up with how she was dealing.
So, was she hallucinating?
She was
Oh
hallucinating
my
this
god.
time.
Wow.
So that was just because of the anesthesia.
Anesthesia, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now she was hallucinating, because of the carbon dioxide levels. So she was like, she had like a story inside her head, like, son, you know what? The the this one respiratory therapist is the son of the CEO of American Hospital. And I was like, huh?
Naglaga na to, Mami Carol.
Sabi mo.
Bro, labas ako dito. Bro, Mami Carol,
That's exactly how it happened, bro.
Wow.
And it's hard to cope up when it's like that because they don't really know what's real yet because of what's happening inside their body. And when that happened, she was again sent back to the ICU. And so third time I saw her in really, really down moment in a really painful way. And this was the time where I felt like I was tired of seeing her to be in pain. So again, this is another thing that I wish and I truly hope that no one else has to go through. I didn't like what I went through with it, but I really hope no one does experience this. I was on bedside already, and I was just holding her hand, caressing her hand. I was just looking at her. She has glimpses of me, and whenever she sees me, she smiles. She smiles like that, and then she would go in and out. Again, she was still hallucinating, and then again in my mind something clicked, and then I just asked her, "Mommy, if you're tired already, please just let me know. Just let me know. Don't give me a surprise." She was hallucinating, going in and out like that. And then I think I heard at one point that, "Son, I'm tired." And I was like, okay. I'll be okay, mommy. I'm gonna be okay. I was already reassuring her that I was gonna be okay because I know from that point that I was her number one. She always has told me this. I was her number one. I am her rock. I am the reason why she's been fighting all along. And then I told her, "I'm gonna be okay. You don't have to fight anymore." And she was going in and out again. And then the moment I said that, the monitor broke again. I saw her oxygen levels going down. 80, 70, 60. Then it would go back up. 80, 90. Go back down again. Tutut, tutut. The alarm was going, and I was just looking at her. For the third time, it went again. Tutut, tutut. It almost, and then her heartbeat was slowing down. And then she looked at me, and then she said, "Water." And sorry.
Wait, we're
Sorry,
supposed
bro. Life has a funny way of making you feel comfortable in a way.
Yeah.
It has to break it. At that moment, I thought that was it. Because like the... Bro, was seeing you tearing up already.
We almost finished the tissue box, you know.
So when she asked for water, my mindset changed. Like, oh, okay, it's not that time. And then she was more oriented now. And I was like, hey, mom. We went back to the ward, actually. It was good. And then I tried to repeat the conversations that we had. Do you remember? I asked her, do you remember anything what happened this week? And she was like, yeah, you were mad because I keep on clicking my tongue, just calling you. And you went home because you couldn't sleep. And like, yeah, I'm sorry, I have to do that. I had to do that because I had to take care of myself as well. And then I asked her again, Mommy, I asked you if you couldn't fight anymore, if you're tired already. And she was like, you asked that. I was like, yeah, I did. And she was like, what did I say? It's like, you said you were tired already. And she's conscious now, okay? She's oriented now. And then she asked, is it okay for you if I died already? I mean, not if you say it like that, but if you couldn't fight anymore and you're really tired of fighting through the pain, I understand. I told you that I'll be okay. And she was like, so it's okay for you if I say I'm tired? And I'm like, just let me know. And then at that point on, she said, Anak, I'm tired. I'm tired, I'm sorry. She was, that's the moment I knew that, okay, she was okay now. And then we were talking about it like, so mommy, how do you want me to arrange things? And list down all the things that she wanted. She wants to be on an urn. She wants me to make a necklace out of the ashes, like a diamonds. And bro, that kind of level of conversation that I didn't expect to have. And again, nothing ever prepared me for that.
Yeah.
I think I would say it was instinct. It was purely instinct, like a mother and son bond.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I want to lead my question to that. During that conversation moment, like maybe between the battle, and you've been through, man, this is battle, bro. You've been through a lot, like throughout these years. Like, was there any moment that you almost gave up? Like, you know,
bro, of course.
really.
Uh, there were times where I felt very very tired, and I think I said to myself that I don't think I could do this anymore. You know, I'm trying to. We did all the charity work. We did all the charity work. We reached out to several people. Still, it's not enough, and I couldn't bear seeing my mom suffer the pain anymore.
True.
And I don't know what else am I gonna do, bro. There was a lot of stuff that was going on in my mind that I was very emotional with rap songs. Like I hear every lyric of the song. I hope I'm not too late to set my demons straight. No, I made you wait, but how much can you take? Bro, when I heard that, I just, again, I broke down. I was just crying. And I did not want to wash dishes. That was my trigger because I could see the knives.
Oh my god.
And I was, bro, I was shaking. I was shaking whenever I'm doing the dishes and like washing the plates and while I'm scrubbing. What would happen? I mean, who's gonna take care of my body once I do it? The only thing that held me was the responsibilities. After I had to be realistic about it. Like, who's gonna take care of my body once I do it? Like, am I gonna leave blood in the house? How's my partner gonna handle me? Does she deserve to do the cleanup? Of course not. How would my mom feel? How would my grandparents feel? Knowing that I did the deed without them seeing me, without leaving anything, without knowing where I am, what happened to me. I felt like they did not deserve that. The I think the willpower of having to fight through it was more than enough to save me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really do not want to drop depression on it because I feel like depression is something that's much more deep. I was only having those thoughts because of the situation that I was in.
Sure.
And like I I want to be fair to the people that really have depression, you know.
For years.
Yeah. And like I don't want to sit here and like but like I'm not clinically diagnosed for it. It's like I'm just saying I felt that way because of the situation that I was in. Not like a random situation where you know you feel sad, you feel distressed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. I've been through that.
Yeah.
Went to the depression. So yeah.
So yeah. And there were times where anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
bam, bam, bam,
Sure, bro.
every night, bro. Every day during my commute, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? Every time you sleep, oh, what if this happens? What if this doesn't happen? These types of questions, bro, always banging on my head.
Okay.
But the main concern was always for my mom. I think it's quite this is quite funny, but it's quite painful. I kept on I kept on pushing so much effort towards the towards the recovery of my mom
Mm-hmm.
that somehow I forgot about myself. And I'm not saying it's a burden. I'm not saying to kasi,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that way. I'm not saying that it's a big deal for me. I just noticed that because like I said earlier, if I'm not the one who's gonna do it, then who will, right? I mean, it's my mom we're talking about. So I mean that's just my motivation. A lot of people are saying that anak, son, Ace, you're so blessed. I always tell them, they would always say that God has plans for you. God will bless you. And I'm like, can God bless me in an hour? Like tomorrow.
But they're urgent. Can it be urgent, God?
If only it was like that, you know, bro. Cause like it was too much already. But somehow, you know what brought me back?
Mm-hmm.
Every time I see my mom smile, every time I hear her laugh, every time we gossip about certain topics, that's what gives me life.
So you could say that your mom gave you the best strength to keep going. Or is there anywhere that you've gotten the strength to keep going aside from your mom?
Yeah, cause like that's given already.
Yes.
I feel like I would say props to myself, cause like cause like going back through everything that we've
And that's a lot. Bro.
talked about
That's
already,
a lot, man.
I've managed.
Yeah,
Mm.
bro. You did it, bro.
With me here.
Yeah.
I'm an only child, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm thankful. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone that has helped us through our journey. Thank you so much. But I think I wouldn't have made it to where we are now if it wasn't for, I think, my hope and willpower. I think that's the only strength aside from my mom, that's the only thing that I could contribute to what I'm doing now. So I think that's about it. Because like if I gave up,
Sure.
I wouldn't be here. to
True,
tell
yeah.
the story.
Exactly.
You know,
Mm.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and this is what I like this podcast. It's a platform. It's a bridge for me
Yeah,
to
true.
connect to more people.
True.
Because there's a lot of people out there with this kind of incredible stories,
Yep.
experiences, So that's why even though I'm not earning or getting monetized from this podcast, it's like it's okay, bro.
Well,
It's
you're
like,
gonna get there.
yeah. But for me, it's all about inspiring people. It's about hearing
Yeah.
those stories and being a bridge to deliver those stories, man.
Definitely,
So
definitely.
that's great, bro. Now can we go to the the positive story? You mentioned me about the story about your one in the Philippines.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
bittersweet moment.
Better
Not
moment, yes.
bittersweet moment.
Yeah.
So my mom, actually, thank you, OWA, thank you to OWA and
Mhm.
admin Arnel if you're watching. Thank you so much.
Okay, OWA is the Philippine consulate
Yeah,
here
yeah.
in the UAE, right?
Overseas
No, overseas, whatever.
Working.
Anyway, it's a government agency
Yeah.
for Filipino overseas.
Yeah.
For our international
For Filipino
viewers, yeah.
expats.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
for
Okay.
Filipino expats. That's the consulate
Mhm.
of our. Thank you for them because they actually arranged the repatriation of my mom because the hospital was like, hey, we were having a family meeting. Like, the hospital is not sustainable for your mom anymore. This is not her home. At first, I was hesitant because how is she gonna get treatment? It's like she needs the hospital to be better. But then she's actually better in morale in the Philippines because like everything was arranged by OWA and the hospital, so I didn't have to think about it as much. I only had to pack all of her things and send some stuff going to the Philippines, which was really great. And again, big props to OWA. They did everything. I was at the check-in and we were only allowed for 4 luggages. I was there with 7 luggages and 1 wheelchair and some medical equipments for
Yeah.
her. So OWA actually talked to the cabin, not really, I wouldn't say cabin manager, but like the check-in manager once you check in. And the guy said, Mr. Irfan, I think, Mr. Irfan, he just said, let them go. It's like,
Yeah.
I didn't pay another extra amount
Good.
with the bag. So thank you so much, Owa. You've been very helpful. Thank you, and we truly appreciate your efforts. My mom is safe now,
That's good.
back to home country.
Yeah.
And when my mom was settled, she was like, "Anak, son." I could hear the dogs barking. I could hear cats fighting. I'm so happy. I could hear some people brushing the roads.
Yeah.
Yung walis.
Walis, yes.
Yung amoy
Apoy,
ng
siga?
siga.
Oh,
Yan.
Yeah.
The leaves burning. I could smell. So, okay. So, there might be something else after the hospital. So, this is what the doctors were talking about. Actually, at that point where they were telling me that she needs to be out of the hospital and she needs to live a life. And to me, I felt like that was unfair for them to say. Because, like, they're not the ones who's gonna be living her life. So, how positive of you to say that, there's something gonna happen next. And, like, I feel like this is what they meant. And,
Sure.
of course, the facilities here in Dubai cannot be compared to what we have back
course.
home. So, somehow we manage.
Yeah.
As long as she's okay, as long as she's happy watching K-dramas, and every time I do a check-in, still gossiping about what was happening. Actually, I was very excited I was going to be here.
Yeah.
And like she also watched CL's videos. Like it was really
True.
great. She was happy. She was happy.
Thank you, Tita Carlo. And again, I want to go back to changing your environment.
Right. Right.
Again, it helps right? You know,
Yeah,
just going back
definitely.
from
Definitely.
Dubai to the Philippines, where she originally came from. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, something that I'm very curious to know, like what would be my state if I somehow go back to the Philippines, because I live here for like almost 20 years.
Oh, real shit, no way.
Yeah, right. So if I all of a sudden I go back to the Philippines, like
2 decades, yeah.
yeah, right. Like I don't know what would I feel, to be honst. Like my life is here, my life in Dubai.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I
I
know what
think
you mean. I know
yeah,
what you mean.
yeah, because I think I'm still in the middle of my what you call this, my hype, or my career. You know. So once I go to maybe 6 years old, maybe that's something that I might change my perspective. Maybe I might want to go back to the Philippines, experience what I've experienced back in the day. You know. But now I'm really happy we're here in Dubai. You know. So yeah, I mean, I could just to her, your mom. I'm really happy that she's happy now in the Philippines. So man, that was a journey, bro.
Yeah,
That was a
it
journey.
was.
And
It
again,
was.
this is the first episode that
Where you cried.
I cried, and also I lost words. Like I usually interrupt. I
Yeah,
usually make jokes, but I
yeah,
mean I
yeah.
still made jokes. But man,
I was the one breaking you.
yeah, exactly, because I was like,
If I didn't break like the flow of it, I mean,
true.
you might be
I was just
crying.
absorbing
Yeah,
everything, you know.
yeah, yeah.
And you know, this is I wanna go back to what you said about choosing the perfect moment and the perfect platform,
Right, right.
podcast, and
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
strength of podcasts
Yeah, true, true,
compared to
true.
like a TV interview
Yes,
or
bro,
radio.
because this isn't scripted. This is
Yes,
like
unhinged, unfiltered.
purely
Yes,
authentic.
we can make jokes, we can
Yes.
swear, you can vape, you can
Yeah.
right. You're the first guest that the smoke in this
Yo.
podcast, and I want to feel that. I want to be like a Joe Rogan shit,
Yeah.
but I don't smoke, so yeah. But I mean that's incredible journey, man. And again, man, my God, salute. Anyway, okay, so let's end this podcast by. Is there anything you wanna say to your
Oh,
mom?
actually, there was one more thing that my
Mhm.
mom is always saying
Yeah.
that back to when she's go on the topic that she's about to go home. She was crying because uh I've been here in Dubai. Her monologue was, I've been here in Dubai for how many years, and I haven't established like even a single property. I'm going home with
Mhm.
0 dirhams, that kind of stuff. And I was like, what are you saying? What are you saying? I mean, I get what you mean, but just look at me. Look at what you've done with me.
Yes,
You've done such a great job.
sure,
Career-wise, bro.
man. You're very successful, bro.
Like I always tell her, I'm your prodigy. Like
Sure.
I'm your legacy. If you're talking about legacy, just open up Facebook, call
Mhm.
me on bottom. I'm your legacy. Imagine you always dreamt of me having billboards throughout my career. Bro, uh I just had billboards in Saudi.
Wow,
And
that's an achievement.
before
Bro.
that, I was involved in international campaigns with Illustrado.
Yeah.
And it was an international campaign, bro. We've had some of our works featured, printed in
Yeah,
Las
good,
Vegas, Spain, Germany. And I was like, Mom, this is your legacy.
yeah, true.
This is what you've always wanted for me. So stop saying shit that you don't have a legacy. Those are only material things.
Mhm.
And I don't give a shit about that. All I give a shit about is you being well,
Mhm.
being happy, seeing you smile, making you laugh. That's what I want.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, bro. Is there anything you want to tell to your mom, to your friends, to all the people that help you?
Oh, thank you. Thank you to everyone who has helped us. Thank you for everyone who is supporting us along the way. I promise to make as much content that I could. That's the only way I could repay,
Sure.
It's like make content how my mom is doing, and they some of them saw like I'll send it to you later.
Okay.
Question, because when you're alone, it's
Yeah.
like 20 minutes.
Got it.
Questions to ask your mom before it's too
Got
late.
it.
And then another content was I cut her hair before I sent her back to the Philippines, which is really
Wow.
nice. It was really nice.
Yeah.
And she was saying that, oh, you could be a barber. That was good. But yeah, thank you to everyone who has been continuously supporting us, especially me asking how I am doing to those people. You know who you are. Thank you for building up our morale. Thank you for always inspiring us to live life to the fullest. And I just want to say, because like I saw with CL, you have like what's your advice today? And I was thinking of that like on the way. So can I?
Sure, yeah,
Sure,
go for
yeah.
it.
So like if you're not where you are in life right now, that's because you're not yet ready. And that's fine. That's okay. It's gonna take time. We don't know when. It's not gonna be in an hour, next week, tomorrow, next month, next year. But it's gonna happen. Just don't stop. You're gonna get to where you wanna be. Just don't whatever happens, don't give up on yourself. Be your biggest hero. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I call a mic drop. Woo! Thank you so much, man. Bro,
Oh,
you
man.
inspired me a lot.
Thank
and again,
you,
it's the
thank
first
you.
time I've cried in this podcast. And I hate you for that, bro. But anyway, nice talking to you. And I hope we could have many more adventures.
Bro.
Let's collab.
Yeah,
Whatever,
definitely,
man.
definitely.
So, yeah, thank you so much, bro. And again, I salute you for
Thank you, thank
everything
you,
you've done
thank
to your
you.
mom. And Mami Carol. Mami Carol, pakikain na lang ako ng pandesal with
Taho, pare.
Taho,
Taho.
woo!
Yan.
mangga, bagoong.
Yes.
Okay, guys, thank you so much and keep supporting this podcast. Follow Ace.
Yes.
His link below, and yeah, that's about it, man. Bro,
Thank
thank
you,
you so
thank
much,
you.
bro. Can I give you a hug, bro? Give you a hug. Come on.